Really great to see so many of you here today, and a special warm welcome to our friends from Brazil, Kanaki. Welcome. Thank you for coming. So Paul is a fantastic orator, and he's an impossible act to follow. So I'm just going to say a few words about the right of protest. The right to withdraw one's labour, to go on strike, and the right to protest against injustice are fundamental rights in a democracy. Throughout history, protests have been the driving force between some of the most powerful social movements. And I feel humbled to be speaking, I know, to some of you on the front line, because you really are part of that movement, and I salute you. Now, looking at it from a lawyer's perspective, and specifically a barrister's perspective, last year there was broad support within the legal profession for strike action taken by the Criminal Bar Association, and they were protesting against government proposals on legal aid. That was in part a strike about pay, but more fundamentally, it was driven by barristers' concerns that the government's proposals would undermine the right of access to justice for everyone. Now, the suggestion that lawyers, and in particular barristers, might withdraw their labour in protest against laws and government policies leading us towards a global climate catastrophe has proved much more controversial within our profession. But to those of my colleagues who criticise the idea of a climate strike by lawyers, I say this: access to justice is a fundamental value. So is the right to a livable environment. We cannot sit back and trust our government to provide the solutions. Now, you've heard a bit about that already, but I'll just do a quick summary. In July 2022, the government's net zero strategy was quashed by the High Court as unlawful on conventional judicial review grounds. That means it virtually didn't make sense. Today, the Climate Change Committee published its report on the government's progress on adapting to climate change, and they concluded that the National Adaptation Programme has not adequately prepared the UK for climate change. They state that the UK is strikingly unprepared, and there has been a lost decade of adaptation. Meanwhile, as you've heard, Billy from Jody in particular, the government is proceeding to grant more than 100 new licenses to explore oil and gas at around 900 locations in the North Sea. These few examples form part of a general picture of a government not taking the climate crisis nearly seriously enough. This is a crucial moment. We need to face the climate crisis together, and I'm delighted that you are here at this moment so that we can face it together. I'd just like to end with a short quotation from the American author James Baldwin, writing in 1962. "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced." Thank you so much for listening.